Hey, it's Kevin. Thanks for stopping by another No BS social media chat. There are just some days, some weeks, sometimes when you're just not in the mood. Life is going on around you, you're busy, you're stressed, you want to drop something, you want to, I don't say quit something, but you just want to take some time away from something and you just don't know what to do. And for a lot of people, I think social media is one of those things that when they get stressed, when life gets busy, they just go, well, I'll just walk away from my social media. It won't matter. And I think, as I've always said, that's a mistake, taking too far a break from that. But more importantly, in those moments where you don't feel you're growing fast enough, you don't feel your social media profile is building fast enough, you sometimes just want to give up or walk away, or more importantly, you just don't want to find the time, whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes a day. So, well, I don't want you to think that way. I want you to power through it. And the reason I use the phrase power through is one of my dear friends in the music business, he works on the record label side, longtime friend. We met through the record business when I was in radio and he was in the record business, and he's an avid runner. Now, he played soccer in college and high school, and when finally, as he became an adult, he just didn't want to play soccer, didn't have time for soccer, he took up running. He'd always ran because you run on the soccer field, so he'd always ran, and he then took it from being mini marathons to half marathons to now marathons, not only one marathon a year, but sometimes two and three. And here's a guy who's in his 50s, who can drink with the best of them, can party with the best of them, is out with his artists all the time on the road, is out visiting radio and drinking and partying and having a good time with them, but still can find the time to go out every morning and do his running, and then 3 times a year go out and run a marathon. And we were talking about the mindset it takes to run a marathon. And even when I was a much skinnier, much healthier, much more active person, I hated running. Running was one of those things I never liked. And I asked him how he did it. I said, I'd get bored after 2 or 3 miles and I'd be done. And he goes, even with a marathon, he goes, you get to like, sometimes it's the 9th mile or sometimes it's the 12th mile or sometimes during the middle of the marathon, you reach that point where you're in pain, you want to quit, you want to stop, you hurt, something goes wrong. And your mind just tells you to power through it. And so if you just keep telling yourself to power through it, he says, within about a mile, the pain goes away and you're able to finish the marathon. Now, when you're done, you're exhausted, but we all have those moments in our life when we need to just power through it. And I think social media the same thing can be said for that too, is there are some nights when it's just too busy. I'm guilty of this. I spend so much time working on whether it's YouTube videos or graphics for an artist or websites or new projects or meeting new clients or going out and hitting showcases that I don't have time to focus on my social media. And so it's late at night. I'm like, it can wait until tomorrow morning. Sometimes you got to power through. And I'm guilty of that when it comes to Instagram comments. I've built up a real good base on Instagram. I've built up a real good following and friendship. And I'll post a picture sometimes. I'll just go quick, pick up my phone, find a picture on there, hit post, and then move on. And I'll start getting comments on it. And there will be comments asking me questions, wanting to know where I took this, when I took this, what filter I used, whatever it is, or just even a nice compliment about the pictures I take. And I've always got to remember to take time to go back to do those. And even when you don't have time, you got to make sure to find the time. So you've got to sometimes power through. And again, I don't care if it's whether an extra 5 minutes or 10 minutes a day, whatever it takes to stay on top of it. But you don't want to lose those connections. No matter what you do, whether you're a recording artist, whether you're in the media, whether you're a librarian, you work at the grocery store, you're an accountant, whatever it is, or even if it's just you're a regular human being, you sometimes got to power through it, and it's worthwhile. Don't let your social media profiles be the thing that just can wait until tomorrow, can wait until another day. When you have those moments, power through. There's some days I don't want to do these videos, and I know I've got to get one out there, so I just power through. See you next week. Another No BS social media update. Our YouTube page, No BS Social, youtube.com/No BS Social. You can find them there, and you can subscribe there if it's easiest for you, if you're on YouTube all the time. If not, just make a bookmark, an RSS feed of our NoBSSocial.com page. You can watch every new video when it pops up there on Monday there as well. Check us out next week. All my pertinent information if you want to reach out to me, help you power through, coming up here at the end of the video. Thanks so much.